Welcome back to another Canon Quick Shot, a quick review of a non-comic book and superhero movie. I'm your host, Terry, and today I'm doing Darkest Minds, which is kind of a superhero ripoff, actually. But anyway, yeah, going to get into this. Might do a slight spoiler stuff at the end. But anyway, Darkest Minds is based off a popular book, one that I did not read or even know about until the movie was coming out. But I saw the trailers. Had an X-Men type feel, definitely a young adult type feel, which is kind of a negative word these days, but that's kind of what it was. And, yeah, I saw the marketing pretty early, but then it never really picked up. And then to the point, I went to this movie and I was the only person in it, right up until the movie started. And then it was about 4 other people. And so it was 5 of us in total, and that's Thursday opening nerd night. So that tells you how much this movie is anticipated. Not much at all. But I didn't let that deter me. As I told somebody, I see superpowers, I go see the movie. That's how I'm wired. So I want to give it a chance. And honestly, again, probably if I read the book, I have a lot stronger feelings one way, but not knowing anything about the movie, about the book, about the story, I would say that there's so much potential there, and I see there are a lot of moments where you could have made it a strong emotional scene or really made this story kind of click, but I feel like it needed a better director and it needed a much better script to get there. So again, I didn't read the book, so I don't know what differences and what changes they made. Maybe there are different things they took out that made it make more sense, but I would just say for what the movie gave us, it's wasted potential. Now, to say that, it's not one of those movies where you sit there and you're like, man, this is absolutely terrible. For me, I would say 60% of the movie, I was really sucked in and wondering what's happening next, because they really didn't give you a whole bunch. Like the kind of origin, quote unquote, of the whole world is kind of rushed through, and I think it's on purpose because there's so many questions to answer as you go through the movie, and you kind of wondering like this and that. It's so weird. You know what? It's a unique movie because it's super predictable, but at the same time, I kind of didn't have a lot of answers, and I guess the answers were more to just world building questions, not really plot questions, and so you go through the movie wondering, oh, what's this and what's that and how does this work and well, how did this happen? You have all these questions and you kind of want to see how it plays out. But as far as the plot of the actual story, you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty predictable. I figured out, okay, yeah, I knew that twist was gonna happen. And so there isn't much that is surprising, I would say, except for something at the end, and I'll get to that later. I would say towards the end, they kind of leave out on a little bit of a surprising note, but other than that, it was very predictable. But on top of that, the chemistry of the main characters were good, and I think the love interest, the guy, he could be a really good actor. I just felt like he was kind of a little bit out of place in this movie. So that's just my own opinion, but I still like the chemistry and the banter between everybody, with the 4 kids. So definitely enjoyed that part. And again, there's no point in the movie where like, man, this is really boring or, I don't really care what's going on. It does keep you going, but you watch the movie from like the editing and from the camera angles and from the production, and you're just like, I know this isn't a good movie, but I'm still not like ready to leave. I still kind of feel invested. So it's a very unique movie in that way. It's very paradoxical, I would say. I feel like Lex Luthor, but I feel like, yeah, there's some weird stuff in this movie that just kind of hooks you, but you also know it's bad, and then it's predictable, but you want to know what's going to happen next, and I don't know. So, yeah. As far as going to see it, I would say if you're an A-list person, I don't know if MoviePass still works, but if you got that, send to me or something like that, then yeah, check it out. I wouldn't pay my actual full price money to go see it. So if you got a subscription service, definitely. But if not, I would just wait to rent it because it's not that spectacular. As far as a grade, I have to give it a D+. I gotta give it a 68. I went back and forth on it, but yeah, there's just too much that's missing in this movie that I can't give it a C. So I gotta give it a D+, 68% out of 100. Alright, so that's it for the non-spoiler. I'm going into a couple spoilers though, so if you haven't seen it, just click away now. Okay, so as far as spoilers, I mentioned earlier the ending, they do something that wasn't expected, and that's of course, I don't even remember her name. Is it Ruby or am I making that up? But when the girl erases the guy's memory, erases her from his memory, that was unexpected. That was definitely unexpected. I didn't see that coming. Cause they forced the love. Like the love relationship was not good at all. The way they forced it, how fast it happened. But even so, they did it so quickly and so hard that you're like, okay, they're together. But then they end it just as abruptly that you feel kind of shocked. Like, whoa, why would she do that? I thought they were in love. So that was kind of a twist. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty predictable. I would say I liked cause I don't want to say this in the non-spoiler, but one thing that it's weird, it's bittersweet, is the fact that everybody has the same powers. And so in one way, it distinctly draws a line and say, we're not X-Men, because it very much feels like X-Men other than that. But at the same time, it feels like it hinders the creativity. So it's tough. I mean, you can still do the whole, hey, we got the same power, but I'm stronger than you for whatever reason, so I can do more with my power. But it's just weird that, and I guess because it's so many people, if it was just like, hey, 1,000 people all over the world, whatever, but you're talking about all the kids in the world, all had these same powers, electricity, they're smart and that and that and that. So that was just, I don't know, that was bittersweet. I don't know how I feel about it. I love how they chose to display the power by having their eyes glow a certain color. Now, the only thing with that is it seemed like people couldn't see it, and I don't know if that's true or not, but if they could, it was weird because it was like, how is she sitting here trying to tell people she's not an orange when her eyes glow orange? We all see it. It's a good visual cue for us as the audience, but they should establish that people can't see it or something, because if they could see it, then there's no hiding. They know she's an orange. And then I feel like the red was kind of cheesy. It was kind of anticlimactic. It was just like, oh, red is the top threat level. We kill those on sight. Oh, but I got a couple reds here. And they breathe fire. I mean, okay, yeah, fire's dangerous, but that's the best, I guess. I mean, maybe if they control fires and they were like Pyro from X-Men, but they breathe fire, okay. Okay. So I don't know, that was just me. And the twist, I would say, with the what they call them, the slip kid, that was telegraphed forever. From the moment they showed him early in the movie with his dad, I was like, he's gonna be evil. So yeah, that was telegraphed. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on Darkest Mind. Go to the comment section if you've seen it. Let me know what you think about it. If you want to see it, tell me what you're expecting. Thumbs up, subscribe, share it around. And remember, if you heard it, it's official canon.